Stories about Luke Skywalker after Return of the Jedi are currently few and far between. Lucasfilm likely wants to keep information about him very tight-lipped until The Last Jedi and possibly even Episode 9. However, we do know a little bit about what he was up to after the Battle of Endor, so today I'm going to talk about everything we know he did in those 30 years. Chronologically, I think the first time we see Luke after Return of the Jedi is in Battlefront 2. He was called by the Force to the planet Pilio, where the Emperor had a secret observatory. It appeared to be nothing more than a storage facility, but Luke found a compass of some sort and left, but not before giving Imperial Del Meeko a lot to think about. The next time we see Luke is in the comic Shattered Empire. He again infiltrated an Imperial base to recover 2 pieces of the tree that once grew in the Jedi Temple. We don't yet know why, but it looks like he made it a habit of seeking out and collecting Force relics. After that, the timeline gets hazy, but the important thing to know is that Luke continued to travel the galaxy to learn about the Jedi Order and the nature of the Force. The Force Awakens visual dictionary tells us Lor San Tekka helped Luke recover secret Jedi lore that the Empire had tried to erase. There are also 2 stories in the book Legends of Luke Skywalker that involve the young Jedi learning about new Force-based belief systems. That book is written as a collection of tall tales that may or may not be true, but I think at least one of them is a first-hand account that can be taken literally. In it, Luke travels to the ocean-covered world Luel and learns about what the people there called the Tide. He specifically learns to give in to the will of the Tide, or Force, rather than try to control it for his own desires. I will say that it's possible that story takes place in between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, but from my understanding it happened after Return of the Jedi. But I think the big takeaway from all these stories is that we are to understand that Luke traveled the galaxy and studied the Force in all its forms. He learned about the Jedi of old, but it would appear to me that he had a much more open mind than they did. Thanks to The Force Awakens, we know Luke eventually began his own Jedi Academy that included his nephew Ben Solo. Ben fell to the dark side at some point in the 6 years prior to Episode 7, and Luke went into exile on Ahch-To, where the Jedi supposedly set up the very first Jedi Temple. And that's everything that we can say for sure. There are more possible stories from the legends of Luke Skywalker and even Aftermath that we could read into, but nothing confirmed or significant. I believe that his experiences across the galaxy with the Force could be part of the reason he thinks the Jedi should end. Even Yoda admitted that the Jedi Order had lost their way by the time of the Clone Wars. Maybe Luke's travels have given him a new perspective and philosophy. We're just gonna have to wait and see in a few short days. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.